What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Edison Club podcast. I'm your host, Mike, joined tonight by my good friend and co-host Ty Payne from Behind the Door Disc podcast.
What's up? What's up?
It's been quite a week. Here we are yet again on Thursday. Ty, how has your week been?
My week, really all around, has just been very relaxed. My work week has been. We're in a new area, and it's just been very relaxed. So there's like a lot of the time, my crew have to like flag like roads for like hours on end, like throughout the day.
Yeah.
Well, in this area that we're in now, not like we work with one of the Duke Energy crews that's contracted, subcontracted. But like the thing about it is, all the poles that they have to work on are off the road.
Oh, I see.
So we're just sitting there on standby in case they need us. So
Nice.
we're just literally we're just sitting there collecting money. It's just free money,
Hey, free money is the best kind of money.
right? I was like, okay, we'll take this. So I'll be out where I'm at now for like the next few months.
Nice.
Just sitting there.
Nice. Hey, can't beat that. My week has been a little stressful. We're making some moves behind the scenes. In short, my wife and I might be selling our house. We're not 100% sure yet. Um, Basically, without saying too much, my wife had the day off the other day, where me and her both had the same day off for the first time in over like 4 months, and we actually got to spend the day together as a family, go places, see things, do things. And I think that was when it really set in just how important that is to us. So we're going to be making some changes to just make sure we have more time like that. It's very hard. I love my home, but at the end of the month, we have nothing left over. And we've talked about this before, but we do not live an extravagant lifestyle. We both work skilled trades. I do upholstery, auto upholstery. My wife's a dog groomer, and we don't spend our money. Just we don't blow money. And having a house is a lot of responsibility. If something tears up, it's on you. House insurance, stuff like that. So we're looking at changing some stuff with that so that we have more time as a family and having actual time to like save money, because as it stands right now, we would just have to work until we're 100 because we're not going to be able to save any money. Um, so
And I think that's one. I think that's one thing that like the generation from like where our parents come from, they don't they don't realize how hard it actually is to save money nowadays. Me and Jordan, we make pretty good money, but we still there's still like weeks that we'll be scrounging,
yep,
like just trying to get to the next payday. You know what I mean?
yep,
And
I know exactly what you mean.
like me and my mom, we had this conversation at one point, and like she got a little irritated with me, but I mean, yeah, I wasn't in the wrong with what I said. She's like, well, are you putting anything back for houses? And I'm just like, how?
Yeah,
Like
literally
literally,
how.
like like I was like, because her and my well, pretty much my stepdad, like they we're just like, well, you got to put your money back. You got to save. I'm like, like how you put back what's not there. I mean, just because y'all are able to uh, get this house with a bag of oranges back in '63, that don't mean a hill of beans now. You
No,
know what I mean?
no, it most definitely doesn't. And most of the time people don't. We don't spend crazy money. We don't eat lobster and steak for dinner. We eat fucking hot dogs. Like we
Right.
we
Uh,
are as the most economical that we can possibly be. We don't drive new cars. I mean my car is 8 years old at this point. Like, we live a very just normal lifestyle, and it's hard out here.
yeah, it is. I've been looking into buying another car. Like, it's not gonna be a new car. It's gonna be new to me.
Yeah.
But it's and my mom was trying to tell me like, oh, you should go through like your go through your bank and try to get a loan. Well, I looked into it, and no, it had like they would only give me a loan if the car was like under 150,000 miles, can't be over 10 years old, and it also had like, which is weird because this is the next stipulation. You can't what's called it has to be the car has to be from the years the previous year, the current year, or the next year, so that you essentially they want you to buy a new car.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is like, yeah, like so like them two stipulations on the time on the difference just like contradict themselves. So it's just like, all right, whatever, I'll figure it out somehow. But it's
Yeah.
like, but yeah,
I can
it's
say from
just a
experience on this topic, and I'll just be very upfront and honest with you. If you can swing to just get a new car, having so like you buy a car and you're going to make payments on it. I've always just kind of been like, I want to get through most of that loan without having any issues out of it. And I've seen people buy a used car, make payments on it, it breaks down. That happened to me. I had that Volkswagen Bug that I was making payments on. It kept breaking down,
yeah.
so now I have car repair with car payments. And it's not an unheard of thing for like the car is a terrible investment. It just depreciates in value, and you end up spending way more money than the car's like worth. But it comes with peace of mind. You just get a new car with a good warranty, and and I'm a big fan of Hondas and Toyotas myself. Mine could break down tomorrow, but I bought my car brand new in 2017 Camry, and all I've done is just do maintenance on it, and I'm almost at 200,000 miles. So it could break down tomorrow, but I can't even be mad at it if it did. That car has been the road warrior the past 8 years.
It really has.
We have taken that car damn near everywhere.
We took it to Chicago.
Yeah, that's true. That was right after I got it. Like I got the car in like April of 2017, and then like July we drove it all the way to Chicago. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it's a road warrior.
That was such a wild.
Such
a wild trip.
This is not a sponsored by Toyota podcast, but hey, I recommend them. Big fan. But I hope you're able to get you something better. I know you've had struggles with your Jeep for a while, so.
Yeah, this is a public service announcement to everybody. If you do not own a Jeep, never buy one.
Never buy one. Yeah.
Never buy one. I'll let you know. Jeep stands for just empty every pocket.
And if your dream is to buy a Jeep, get yourself a Wrangler pre like 1995. It's what everyone always says to me when they were still made by Willys Jeep. So yeah. I actually, my wife's car, my wife has a 2008 Toyota Yaris, and I actually just had someone put a new VVT sensor in it. And it was a friend that I play cards with. He did it. He helped me out. And I was like, what cars do you work on the most here? And he was like, literally anything made by Chrysler. So that's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Fiat, everything, all Mopar, everything. He said that's what keeps the doors open here, because Chrysler products are just terrible.
That dwindles my search for a new car down.
Yeah, don't get anything made by Chrysler. It's rough. Even my cousin Evan, he had a Chrysler 300 for a long time, and his was like a 2006, and he just had issues after issue after issue. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but that was a long-winded way for me saying, but I've had a stressful week because we're thinking about selling our house. So with that comes a lot of planning, a lot of stuff I'll have to do in preparation for that. But other things, I'm a little stressed out about the LDS in January, because I feel like this is my big return to Yu-Gi-Oh! I would love to win. That's my goal, is to win. I will settle for topping, but I really want to win. So I've been beating my head up against the wall over my deck, which I haven't done in a while. And several other things have got me stressed. But today, I actually had a health scare for the first time in my life.
Oh, like what was that?
So I felt off yesterday. Just, you ever have a day you're like, something's just not right. And I was like, well, maybe it's just gas, like, because gas can make you feel like you are dying. So
like and get, like just real quick, like you ever had that? You ever woke up or like just be like in the middle of walking and you just feel like you just got like this like really bad gas or just like the screaming roaring shits
Yes.
and like and like this is what makes it worse is when it just gets blatantly egregiously hot out of nowhere and it just
Yes, you
makes you
start getting
feel
cold
really.
sweats.
Yes, it's like sweet Lord in heaven. That happened to me this morning. I was on my way. I was on my way to my job site, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I have got to pull over and get to this Circle K ASAP, Rocky.
Yeah, we had one night we had pasta and we also had like a shit ton of broccoli. I woke up at 3 a.m. My stomach felt like an atomic bomb went off, and I'm like doing the walk of shame, or holding my ass cheeks together, going down the hallway, just desperately trying to get to the bathroom. And so that's kind of what I thought this was. I thought it was gas, indigestion, whatever. Well, when I got to work this morning, it kind of kept happening. The way I described it to my doctor was like heart flutters, like imagine butterflies in your stomach, but it's in like your chest area, your heart area. And I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna keep seeing how I feel, and depending on how the day ends, I guess I'll have to go to the hospital. So
Right.
throughout the day, my heart would just kind of flutter, and every time that would happen, I would kind of like lose my breath for a second, and I just kept saying, I'm going to work through today. I'll get off at 6. I'll go. And then about 4 o'clock, it was just happening so frequently. I was like, okay, I'm going to go. I called my wife. I was like, do I need to go to the ER? And I ended up going to urgent care. I didn't even know that urgent care could do stuff like a cardiogram. I thought that was just where you went if like you skint your knee or you had a runny nose. But I didn't know that you could actually do stuff like that there. I just thought they had Band-Aids and stuff. I really thought that was it.
It's not that much of a nurse's office or a Band-Aid station.
I was like comparing it to being like your high school nurse's office. Band-Aids and like what's that stuff called? Neosporin.
Yeah, Neosporin.
But I ended up going. My blood pressure was elevated, but that was probably because I put myself into a panic attack all day. My heartbeat is slightly quicker than what it should be, but nothing that should really cause me issues. And basically what my doctor boiled it down to is I'm just having too much caffeine. So I hope that's all it is. For context, my dad died over 10 years ago with a heart attack. It's like just one day he was there, the next day he was gone. I think something similar happened with Ty's dad. So
Yeah.
I take my cardiovascular health really seriously. Like I do, like if I start getting like pains in my chest, I'm like, okay, like I'm doing like Fred Sanford. I'm like, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming. Like I'm holding my chest. Like I gotta get to the hospital, dude. So yeah, I took that very seriously. So I'm current as I'm recording this. I'm still alive. So
I'd hope like this would have been if not this would have been a pod to say for for Halloween or something.
yeah, featuring Randy's dad.
Gosh. But yeah, your cardiovascular health is something that like you really have to like take seriously and stuff like that. Like my dad he died from a heart attack as well. And after he passed, I didn't know how much like in bad health that he actually was. So it's like he hid a lot of his stuff like from us and stuff like that. He didn't want us to know just like how bad off he really was. I didn't know he had 4 stents put in his heart. I didn't know he had 2 heart attacks prior to that one. He was down for the count.
Yeah, it's tough, man, and it gives you a lot of anxiety, especially when something like that happens. But I guess in some ways it makes you take it seriously. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
You want to know? You want to know what pisses me off, though? This is a whole rant, and eventually, guys, we will get to the main topic for tonight. But
you know me, I love a good rant.
It's like as soon as I turned 30, as soon as the clock struck 12:01, okay, July 20th, shit just fucking changed. I like my knees are like, fuck you say? You're gonna get out of bed? Like, no the fuck you're not. And it was just like all this stuff that was on like on my bucket list of things that I didn't want to happen, right? I made it to 30 before I ever got stung by a bee. And like 3 days after my birthday, I'm just mowing the yard. Well, guess what stings me? A friggin' honeybee. First time I got stung. Okay. Like, I'm thankful it was a honeybee and not like a wasp or something. But the next thing was I made it to 30 before I ever got pulled over. Well, like a week after that, I get pulled over for speeding. And you want to know the bad part about this?
What's that?
This is the bad part. So I was driving my wife's car, which is a little 2-door, like looks like a flip flop when you're driving it. It has pink cows and stickers and Twilight shit all over it. So number one, the cop already thinks I'm like some fucking lunatic anyway when he pulls me over. The worst part about this whole thing is the fact that my first time I ever got pulled over for speeding, it was for going 30 in a 20. 30 in a 20. 30 and a 20 is like your grandpa that's late going to bingo. It's not even something that's like, oh yeah, the first time I got pulled over, I was going 80 and a 40, you know, like some badass thing. Like, no, it's just sad. It's just embarrassing.
Right. Did you get pulled on Main Street?
I did. And I'm telling you, do not speed on Main Street because they are cracking down on all of that.
Dude, when we left from, when we were on our way to Olive Garden to meet y'all, was it Sunday?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On our way there and on our way back, like we seen nothing but cops.
Yeah.
Like cops, like
they will pull your ass in Pilot so fast, fast.
Like, it was like it was going all the way through, like going like from Pilot to King and Rural Hall to Winston, and then all the way back, just non-stop. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I will say, thankfully, that I did not get a ticket. I just got a warning, which is something they don't really do that much anymore. And truthfully, this whole time, I just thought it was 30 on Main Street. I told the cop, he was like, why are you going so fast? And I was like, I thought it was 30 on Main Street. And he was like, oh, it's 20. And I was like, I'm not trying to self-incriminate. I'm just going to be real honest with you. Like, I've worked in Pilot Mountain for 10 years. I've gone 30 on this road for 10 years. I was like, I'm just going to be real honest with you here. I really didn't know. And I told him, I was like, this is so embarrassing. I was like, because if I was actually trying to speed, I'd be going like 50 down through here. So thankfully, he was chill, but
50 down Main Street is crazy.
50 down Main Street is a whole ass rant, but thankfully he was chill. He understood. He was like, just slow down. He's like, don't do it anymore. And I'm like, and every day I go down there, I'm just like granny rolling down Main Street, dude. Like no gas, like just straight coasting 15 miles an hour.
If you ever want to speed and I'm around, just get in front of my truck. I'll be going to 20. I'll keep you safe.
So that was a whole rant, and that's been our week so far. But that brings us to the topic of tonight, where we're just kind of gonna. What was even the topic? This was Ty's idea. What was the topic for tonight? I've already been lost in the sauce about my rant.
I've become topic man.
Yeah, he really has. I've been like, bruh, I'm so far out of ideas. How do we keep this thing going?
Yeah, like when you messaged me, I was he was like, when you do you want a pod? I was like, and do you got any ideas for a topic? I was like fuck, I got let me freestyle some shit. This
is a good idea, and this is a good opportunity. If you have any suggestions for episodes of a podcast that you would like to hear, please let us know, because we've been rattling our brains trying to think of stuff we haven't done before, that other people haven't really done before. So please leave a comment and let us know what you want to hear us talk about, because at this point we're desperate. We'll talk about anything.
Yeah, like seriously, this is Freestyle Thursday.
It is 100% Freestyle Thursday.
But so the topic of tonight was like pros and cons that Yu-Gi-Oh has done for us. Like, you know, when I say that, I'm saying like, what are some pros that Yu-Gi-Oh has brought into your life, and what are some cons that Yu-Gi-Oh has brought into your life?
I could tell you all about some pros that Yu-Gi-Oh has brought into my life.
and then like also what is like what has like what is how has Yu-Gi-Oh impacted your life as well?
Yeah, so some of the pros that Yu-Gi-Oh's brought into my life would be like Eric Shin, Marcus Hayden. Like I wouldn't have known. Oh, wait, you meant the other kind of pros, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I had to go there. I had to. But I mean, it is kind of the same answer though. The main pro is that I actually do not think I would have any friends if it was not for this game. Like I don't know who I'd be friends with if it was not for Yu-Gi-Oh. Truthfully, I guess my one friend would just be my one cousin Evan, and that would just be a.
Like it's kind of crazy like when you think about it, because like I don't know like I don't know if the whole like multi-universe thing is actually an actual thing, but if it is, like you think about it, there is a universe out there where me and you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, we probably have a lot more money.
Yeah. Like it's just it makes you think like who would your circle of friends be? Like what would you be like what would you be doing in like in your leisure time? Like what like it's just it like really makes you think like what would you really be like just be doing just to like to enjoy life?
Yeah, I have no idea, truthfully, because I'm not really a sports person. I got into football a few years ago, and unfortunately, I picked the Browns as my favorite team, so that didn't really age like milk. But I'm not really into video games. Just never could get into video games. I'm the kind of video gamer where I will play the shit out of a game for like 2 weeks and then never touch it again.
Like the only game I know that I know for a fact you like really like got into hardcore was the Batman Arkham Asylum stuff.
Yeah, those games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, all of those, I played a lot. Skyrim, I still play. The Honestly, the only new game I really play is Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy. That's about the only new game that I play. I I guess I have a type of games. I like open world games, but I don't know. I just have a type of games that I like, and a
Right.
lot of the games just don't really appeal to me. And even the games that I do play, like I said, I get really heavy into them for a while, and they just kind of fade away into the wind until like a year later. I'm like, hey, you know what? I want to pick up this game again.
Right. I'm the same way. Like I was like growing up, you know, I was super into like fighting games and stuff like that. Like I grew up, you know, playing Super Street Fighter, Tekken, Marvel versus Capcom, like all the anime fighting games like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, Super Smash Brothers. Like I was into it all. And then like I don't know, like when I got into that real big health kick for that time for that long period of time, I had just like in backstory, I went for y'all that don't know this story, I went from 450 pounds down to 220.
Wow.
I was a big boy. Um, and I'm not now. I'm currently sitting at 285. Um, getting married gets you fat.
Can
But
confirm. Most definitely can confirm. I
yeah,
have grown quite a few chins since I got married.
I've lost some and gained some new ones. But like during like that time period though, like I just like I just like stopped. Like you know I wasn't playing Smash Brothers anymore. I wasn't playing any of my Pokemon games anymore.
Yep.
Like I wasn't doing any of that. You know, and if I you know if I wasn't out playing Yu-Gi-Oh with y'all, you know I was just sitting at the house, you know, watching movies, or I was at the gym.
Yeah.
That's all I really did. That's all I really did. So I probably if you know well it's still your turn. I'm sorry, but like
No, no, you're fine.
that's
This is
probably what
open-ended discussion here.
that's probably what I'd be doing really if I wasn't. That's probably just still be like a health nut.
Yeah. 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 What's a pro for you that Yu-Gi-Oh has brought to your life?
Pro for me, like so when I give some backstory. I didn't have like in school. Like, I was just like, yeah, I got along, I got along with people, but you know how it is. Like, we had like I say we have a solid group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like I feel, and I feel like nothing can, like, really, it would take something very drastic for like that to ever change.
Yep.
And like I never really had like that solid, like a solid, just full circle. Like, I had really like two, three friends in school growing up, and um that was our teammate Brandon Combs, Michael Gammons, and then like a guy I used to be friends with named Joey. Me and him no longer talk, but and like it's not, and there's no beef there. It's just it's not beef if you're just outgrowing somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But I didn't really talk to many people outside of that. Like, I really just I really just like kind of like stuck to myself, because like if I did, like, the people that did talk to me were trying to talk to me for the wrong reasons, like just attempt make the attempt to pick on me and bully me. And like they were like, for a while, I was a quiet kid at first,
Yeah.
and then like around like 15, I just started like really just standing up for myself, and like, and I had like a real like reckless attitude for a good while,
Mm-hmm.
at least till I was like 33.
Yeah, and part of that comes from, we've talked about this before, the rage of losing a parent.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't
Yeah.
fault you for that.
Yeah, like when I was, when I was in that time period where I was like working out, and I tell everybody this, and you probably seen this as well. I like that time period. I was probably the most happy and the most positive I have ever been.
Yeah.
And if somebody was having a bad day, I would try my best. No matter what, I would try to help them, if it was in my power, to help them have at least, at least, if it wasn't a better day, just a better moment in
Yeah.
that time period.
Yeah.
And just lose, like, you know, not to spin off into a whole nother subject, but after losing my dad and stuff like that, it just I just went into a rage, like
Yeah.
just blind rage. Like, it went from depression to blind, just rage. Like anybody standing in front of me could just would get the wrath of me.
Yep.
It's just like, and I had to take a lot of time and go back and apologize to people, because they, like, a lot of people didn't deserve that. And it just, it's not like, no one is ever able to get you ready for losing a parent. There's no guide. There's you really just have to, and this is the thing I learned. You really have to let the people who love you, let them. You really have to let them in and let them help you.
Yeah.
Because if you try to take all that on your own, you're gonna crash and burn.
Yep. I agree. 100%. I definitely agree. One of the other pros that Yu-Gi-Oh has brought to my life is a topic that we've talked about numerous times, but um just being driven and approaching things with a level-headed and persistence really just goes a long way. I really used to be the kind of person to where I guess I kind of thought you were born with a certain set of skills, and the only things you would ever be good at are the things that you were born naturally good at. And for me, I was born naturally good at literally nothing. And I say that all the time, and my wife's always really supportive. She's like, no, you were born good at a lot of things. But I feel like I have no natural talent at all in any realm whatsoever. But Yu-Gi-Oh, specifically Edison, really taught me that, Rock Lee vibes. If I practice the same punch 10,000 times, I can learn anything. So not only has that reflected in Yu-Gi-Oh, but I've been teaching myself how to paint, like paint pictures, play guitar, all that stuff. And it all starts with just having the right mentality. Sorry, what were you about to say?
I was like, dude, that's the same with me. I always thought, and I still think this to this day, that like when it comes to like really a lot of stuff in life, I've just never had like natural talent for things. It's like my like a lot of my brothers and sisters and like my like other friends I've had out through life. They were always so I would see them and like everybody would just be all like have their like one thing they were just super good at, and it's
Yeah,
just like it's just like dang like I would try so many different things, and it's just like I would always like come up short, and for the longest time
that's
I
the
thought I
illusion
was
of success, is what it is
yeah
too. Because you only see the highs. You don't see when they were at their lowest point. Trying to figure out what are they doing wrong. You just see them when they're at their highest point.
yeah, and like a prime example of that. So I have a little brother, and he's an R&B singer, and he's really like just naturally gifted to sing. He's got an amazing voice on him, and the thing about it is he's made it big. If anybody ever wants to look him up, his name he's my little half brother. His name is Zay France, ZAE France, and he actually ended up making it big, and he signed to a record label, and this record label has always been known to not in the past few years has not done well by their artists.
Yeah,
And and like I delved into the music scene for a while. And the thing, and like I, but like when I was like learning about it, I got more so like I wanted to learn more about the like business aspect, because I went into it with a mentality like, well, if you don't know the business of how things are gonna go, or how people are gonna try and snake you and shark you, you're really not gonna know nothing.
yeah,
And so that was my whole thing. It's just like they're like he is like his contract is just so scuffed. He doesn't even Mike. He don't even own he doesn't even own the way that he looks.
really.
He can't even cut. He has to get permission to cut his hair.
That's crazy.
He has to have permission to get a tattoo.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild. Never even thought about something
Yeah,
like that being a thing, but I guess it is.
yeah, and like the thing, and like they gave him they gave him all this money to put out an album. But the thing about it is, and this is what a lot of people don't realize about the music industry. Yeah, like you'll see people like, oh, I got a $2 million contract and blah 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 blah. You have to pay that back.
Yeah,
That's not free money.
yeah,
You have to pay that back. And the thing about it is, you're going to be stuck on the road for life.
yeah, yeah. That's
And
true.
like right and currently right now he's shelved. He has excuse me, he has to like really what's the word I'm looking for? He really has to scrounge to get like put his own money up for shows, and do all this stuff himself, because they won't let him touch the money that they give him, because they were like, oh, this was for your album.
Wow.
But the thing about it is they won't let him put out one.
Yeah,
It's just he's stuck in a very scuffed position. But like, to make a long story short, you know, I like when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh, I thought I thought when I was bad, I thought I was good,
yeah.
and
Same.
I had to really realize, the more and more that time went on, the more and more I realized, damn, I was really I was really terrible in this era, and this era, and this era. Man, I just got lucky like getting these few regional tops here and there. Dude, there was a time it was like when we were at the flea market, I didn't like this is gonna sound bad. This is gonna sound real bad. I didn't know how chain links worked.
Yeah, yeah. That can be confusing.
Yeah, I did not know how chain links worked. Freaking yeah, it was. I didn't know all these different sub steps to the damage step. I didn't know it was so much stuff. I was just flying off the seat of my pants.
To be fair, the
Going-
sub steps of the damage step are still confusing, even if you do know what you're talking about.
yeah, and it's like I was just always I wanted to strive to be like I wanted I always wanted to be like a Shonen Jump or slash YCS champion. I always wanted to be a national champion or regional champion. Or just something that I was always like trying my best to chip chase as
Yeah.
much as I could.
Yeah.
And it's just and like I felt like I was just never getting anywhere. And I nowadays I'm still chip chasing, but I feel like I have a stronger grasp on the game than what. But I feel like a much better, way better Yu-Gi-Oh player than I've ever been in my life.
Yeah. Same. Same. Yeah. So that it's really interesting how that can just trickle into different areas of your life. And yeah, if you guys are watching this and you're struggling in any aspect of your life, but I guess we'll refer to it mainly as in Yu-Gi-Oh here is just you have to be level-headed. You have to approach things with the right mentality. It's a big part of it.
Yeah, you really do, and your mentality plays a big part into it. Like if you go in with a very sour piss poor attitude, you're gonna have a horrible time.
Yeah.
If you go in with like very level headed, like as a clear mind as you can, that's really gonna take it's gonna take you a lot farther than having a sour attitude.
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna get deep here for a second with my first con of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. One of the cons of playing Yu-Gi-Oh is if you're going to play it with the intentions of trying to do well, and I feel like most people that play the game, they play because they want to get better, they want to win, There are people that just play to play, and that's fine, but I wasn't really one of those people. Sometimes I look back and I think that I prioritized Yu-Gi-Oh over things I shouldn't have. And whether that just be time with people or things I wish I had done instead or things I wish I'd learned instead. But sometimes I feel like the cons where I spent so long chasing the high that I missed out on a lot of other things while I was too busy chasing it, if that makes sense, what I'm trying to say there.
I definitely get what you're saying. Like when we started getting into Edison a lot heavier and taking it more seriously, like when we started having like actual IRL events around our areas, um, like 2023. Y'all have probably have heard me say this countless times, countless of times. Like on a personally for me and Mike, 2023 was like our best year.
Yeah.
It just flat out was. Like every tournament we would go to, we would top, and it would either Mike would win the tournament, I would win the tournament, or we get top four, top eight, what have you. I don't know if, like me and our teammate Michael Gammons, y'all may know him as Mayberry. Me and him went to nationals that year, and like didn't have any plans to go to nationals prior. We just made our minds up that week,
Yeah.
and literally made our decks out of a small eBay box that I brought with me, and literally just built our decks like right out of that, and went to like it's not like a big thing, but we did make day two. I got I think it was either 22nd or 26th place, something like that.
Yeah.
Because and the only way I remember that is because what's called Eric was actually one spot below me, Eric Shin.
Oh wow.
Because me and him played each other. I think it was like round 6 of day 1.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. So like we ended up playing like it was like round 6 of day 1. I ended up beating him. It was some combo. And anytime I talk like the last time I talked to him, he didn't let me forget about it because I had him on my podcast like for the first episode, and he brought it up. But then it was like like after that weekend we play against each other in War League, and then he beats me.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because like at first, like when I didn't realize it was him until after
Yeah.
until after our War League match was over.
Wow.
But,
Yeah, I did not know about that. That's crazy.
yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't and like it was I kind of had like a little bit of like a fanboy moment because when I seen him, I was like, I've seen this guy before.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I've seen him before. And then like when I sat down and like I heard his voice, I was like, I know you. You're I was like, you're the Team Saki dude from back in the day. Like I instantly knew him from that.
Wait, Team Saki?
Yeah, you remember?
Why do I
the old-
remember that? Why you just it's like dormant memory unlocked.
Dude, like so you remember back in the day, like when I that junk doppel deck profile that I showed you that was like real it was a really good deck that it played because it played Quasar Dragon, but it was also like really funny. He talked with like
Oh my gosh. Yes, I do remember that. And he was like, Synchro Shoka. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was him, dude.
What the hell? How did I not know about this?
Yeah, that was him.
Look at you gatekeeping. I did not know.
I thought you knew.
No. No, I didn't.
It came up on my pod. It came up on Fraser's pod.
Damn, I guess I need to go back and re-listen. I guess my ears are full of shit, dude. I did not know. That's crazy.
Yes.
What the hell? I remember you played that video like on repeat all the time.
Yes, dude. Oh, dude, that video was so good. It was my favorite one they ever did. Like I wish if I could not see another video from back in the day, I would love to see that one at least one more time because that video was so goated.
Did they delete their channel?
It was like so when it had something to do with like their email having to be switched over.
Oh.
And like where like because it was like I think it was like attached to like a Yahoo email, and then like the Yahoo email got deleted and because they had to switch to a actual like Gmail.
Yeah.
I think that's how the story goes.
Oh,
and then
okay.
like when that Yahoo email went away, all the videos went away.
Yeah. Dang. If I knew that, I forgot about it. Maybe I'm just crazy and I actually didn't know about it. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
Small world for sure.
Eric, if you listen, I love you, bro.
Yeah, Eric, if you're listening to this, you are the GOAT. And Eric Chai, if you're listening to this, you're also the GOAT. So speaking of Eric Chai, he will be on the next episode of the podcast. So make sure you keep your eyes open for that. That's going to be fun. Todd, do you have any cons with Yu-Gi-Oh? There's so many goods, it is kind of hard to think of a con.
Yeah. Well, before I get into my con, because I really just have one ultimate con.
Not the ultimate con.
Well, like I have two cons. One's the ultimate con.
Okay, all right.
But like my last pro of it would be just the good memories that this game has allowed me to make with like the friends I have that I have collected over the years that I've chosen to be my family. You know, it's like I've said this before. The trips that we go on, like for these Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments that we've gone on over the years, I'll live for those moments more than the actual tournament. Yes, I want to go to this tournament and do well, but this I live for that.
I've
That
had
is
my
what
moments, days in the sun. That's what's going through my head this whole time when you're saying this.
like. Dude, there's been so many insane, funny stories that have happened
Yes.
on our trips over the years. Like just some stuff is just outright crazy that it like stuff, it just happens. Like
Yes. Yes.
like
Like
dude,
one, for example, on the way back from Chicago Nationals in 2017, watching like a high speed chase happen right next to us.
two two of them.
Yeah, two of them. Then, like, randomly at a red light, we're just sitting there with the windows down. This guy rolls up with a blunt, like, biggest blunt I've ever seen. Like, definitely Guinness Book of World Records vibes. And takes off. And then a cop comes just immediately behind him. It was like some GTA 5-star wanted level shit. Like, it's like they knew where he was.
Really,
And somebody in our car was like, I bet he ate that.
probably.
He just swallowed that. I've never forgotten that. I will never forget that. That was so funny.
You know what I thought you were going to bring up though?
The pizza?
Yes.
Oh, that poor guy.
So like there was this guy. Well, it's same weekend. There's this guy walking down the street in Chicago with like this big pizza box.
It was like a cartoon pizza, dude. It was like comically oversized.
It was like Looney Tune size pizza. And I just roll down my window. I holler as loud as I can. I was like, "Hey!" He threw that pizza up in the air and it fell on the ground.
He literally threw it over his head. Like if there had been someone behind him, that guy would have gotten an assault charge.
that, that dude had like a flashback or something. He had some PTSD going.
Yeah, yeah, he did. He did. He was like, "Oh, not again." Yeah.
All I'm hearing in my voice is in my head is like the voice of Droopy the dog is like, I should have stayed in bed.
That's probably how he was. He was probably pissed. The pizza was probably like $50.
Probably was because Chicago was expensive, like to eat. Like
It was.
when we went, oh geez, yeah, it was very expensive. But yeah, just the good memories. I really cherish all of it. I'm super excited for Raleigh. Just like not only is the entire Edison Club team finally gonna be under like one roof and be able to hang out. Like I'm so excited for the first dinner together as a team. I'm so hyped for that.
Yeah, I am too.
But but to get to my cons that it's like I think we're all can be all guilty of this one as Yu-Gi-Oh players. It's just them times, man. This game will make you salty as fuck.
It will, even if you're not the kind of player that usually gets salty. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, it's just those like one-off scenarios of something that it never happened.
I can just think of that guy at the Invitational playing Warrior Returning Alive to get back Exiled Force.
Oh my god!
I remember you told me that, and I was like, "Bro, I'm so sorry."
I was so crunchy, and the thing about it, he milled that Exile Force off Card Trooper.
Oof! Damn!
I was so mad. I was so crunchy, but I like a worse example is the one I told you about Sunday. I'm on DB, you know, like I'm not like testing anything I'm actually gonna play. I'm just just bullshitting around. I'm playing Diva Hero Zombie, and I'm going against what I thought was just regular Frog Hero.
Yep.
And it's like for a little bit it was going back and forth. I got him into what I thought was just going to be the end of the game. I had summoned Revive King, hit his Treeborn Frog with Revive King, hit his alias with Thought Ruler Archfiend, and gained my 1900 back. I'm like, okay, Treeborn's not coming back. What's called? I know he has Swap Frog and an unknown card in hand. He draws to 3. Normal summon Red Eyes Wyvern. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, banish. Summon Red Med. I was like, are you serious?
Insane.
Beats over the Thought Ruler. I don't draw anything good. I just keep drawing dud after dud after dud after dud after dud, and I was never able to clear that red med to save my soul from hell, and I ended up losing because that red med walked. It stayed.
Yeah.
It was there to stay. It walked me down.
Does way too much if it stays around. Don't you hate cards in Edison that are like that?
No. This is the thing. I hate decks that are like that. Like
Yeah.
this, like
It's just annoying.
yeah, why is that in your Hero Frog deck? Why do you have a red med and wyverns? Why do you have that?
Yeah.
Why? It does not mix at all. Like it does not. No.
My man literally said, "Well, if Rognak can make fairy frogs work, I can make dragon frogs work."
What's it called? I shut the computer down expeditiously, and then my wife was like, "You win?" I was like, "No, no, I didn't."
Yeah, drives you crazy.
I should have. It's just like we had like that moment, like that meme that me and you always share back and forth. Are you winning, son? It's like, no, I just lost the house.
Nope, pack your bags. I lost the house. Yeah, that's. I've lost to stuff like that before too. Oddly enough, my first ever ladder game I played when they added Edison was I lost to Endymion, not the Pendulum deck Endymion, as in like structure deck Endymion. Some of those cards are really crazy if you aren't very careful with how you play. Yeah, needless to say, I'm happy that no one plays that deck.
Another egregious deck I ran into recently was Gear Town X Saber.
Ooh, that's that's interesting.
Yeah, like I'm just like, why? Like, where are these decks? Like, how are we still getting like? I don't even want to put these in like new categories of new decks that are being made because this is some shit that shouldn't even exist at all.
No, they're just going to like deck builder and they're just clicking shit. They're just adding stuff. They're
Yeah,
like, okay, put a Gear Town engine in here, Frog engine, just everything. Play a Lightsworn
but
engine to mill my X Sabers to turn on Gotham's E-Call.
yo, I'm sick. But my ultimate con, I would say, is like when I'll go back to when me and you were grinding S in 2023. Like I was trying every which way to make every single tournament because I've like me and you had this conversation before. It's like when you feel like you're like doing really hot, don't take your foot off the gas. And I took that. I took that to heart.
Yeah,
Like
you took that. You took that personally.
yeah, I was like, I want this. I want this to be my time. I want this to be. I wanted Edison to be my run back. I was like, this is my time to shine. And while I was doing, like in my eyes, I was doing really well. And while I was doing well, my family suffered.
Yep.
I was not present a lot, and after the BBG 5K and stuff like that, I did I did tell my wife that I was gonna take a back seat. I was with like pump the brakes on Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. Like I wouldn't go to as many tournaments as I was that year, which I haven't. I've like compared to that year, I've really pumped the brakes on a lot. Um, but there was just a lot of time with them, with like her and my daughter that I missed out. And I can like this thing. You're like when you're a father, you really realize how precious all the moments with your kids are, and it's like because the thing about it is you're never gonna like the time you miss, you're never gonna get it back.
the cliche of time flies, or it goes faster than you think it will, or you can't believe, like, you look back on things and it just went by so quickly. It's true,
Yeah,
and I didn't realize it until very recently when I like look at my son and I'm like, wow, like it was no time where he was just like a potato. He just laid there and made
right.
noise and made poop. That was it. And now he's his
Yeah,
own person, and it hasn't even been a year. And now I'm like, now
yeah,
I understand, because I asked our doctor before he left the room for the last time. I was like, what's advice you give to a new dad? And he was like, enjoy it because it goes by very fast. And now I'm like, dang, he was right.
yeah. It is, and like the thing about it is just like it's crazy when it because you see it in real time all the time because
Yep.
it's like and like the thing and because I mean hell how you think I feel like Luna's 5 now,
Yeah.
and you got to see her grow as much as I have. It's just it it's just like where my little chunky baby go.
I
You
can
know what I mean?
remember, dude, literally seeing you at Walmart one random night, and then um, when Luna was still in her mom's belly. Like, I remember that clear as day. You were putting groceries in the back of your car, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude! Like, that doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Like,
No.
it's crazy that she's 5. Like, she is a whole person.
Yeah. And she like she's so goofy. It's so funny. But like yeah, I wouldn't the time that the time I get with her like that I get to spend with her because me and her mom have share custody and whatnot. I I try to make sure we're not just like that we're not just like sitting at the house or
Yeah.
we're just not we're just glued to the damn boob tube or anything like that. I I try to make sure we're always out doing something. If it's there was one Saturday we were just uh, running out back. She got these like bubble guns for Christmas. They like shoot out like a bunch of bubbles at one time. We're just running around chasing each other with those, and it was just like she like she loves stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
yeah, it's stuff like that that I cherish. And I know it's gonna be the same for you and your son, like because like Oliver's closer to a year than he's not.
I just said that to Becky. He'll be 7 months old on Monday.
That's crazy.
Is that not insane?
It is. It's wild. Because I remember when you were posting pictures in our team chat when little buddy was born, and it was just like, wow. It's like where's like cliche moment. Where's the time? Where's the time gone?
Yeah. The one I was trying to think of a few minutes ago was the days are long, but the years are fast. That's true. That is so
Yeah,
true. Because you look back on it and you don't remember any of those long nights, those sleepless nights. Like, all you remember is like, wow, this little thing was so tiny and now it's big and now it makes noise and moves and and does
yeah.
things.
There was a time. There was a time period, and like that Luna, like her mom couldn't get her to go to sleep. Like during like she couldn't get her to take naps, couldn't get her to go to bed at night or anything. So like this is like at the time me and her are living separate. Like we've broken up, and she like I didn't have a car at the time either. At the time of all this happening, I'm having to take cabs for a little while. So what I would have to do is like she would call me or text me like, hey, I can't get Luna to go to sleep. Could you come over? Like because my thing was I would like walk around the kitchen over there and like I would sing her to sleep, put her right out every time, never failed. I would be spending for every trip it was $40.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If I had to go multiple times, if I had to go like twice in a day, I would spend $80
Yeah.
going back and forth. But
Wow.
it was for my kid,
Yeah,
and I'll do it again.
that's right. That's right. I have one closing con, and this isn't necessarily something that Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess, has brought to my life, but it's brought to a lot of people's lives. And I was just talking about this with Justin, and that is the Yu-Gi-Oh players that are just way too sweaty about Yu-Gi-Oh. And, you know, something I noticed when I started getting into retro Yu-Gi-Oh, and maybe it's not quite as bad now, but there were a lot of old school Yu-Gi-Oh players that came back into the forefront because of retro, and they were just toxic. Like, they were toxic back in the day, and then they just kind of brought that same toxicity back. That's something that I really didn't like. I'm not going to mention any names. There are a few that I could mention by name, but it's just like you see them on the stream, and a lot of them have gone to playing other retro formats now, but it's just so sweaty, man. They're so unpleasant. And I'm just like, bro, like, not only is this a game made for actual children, but we're playing formats that aren't even real anymore. Like, at the end of the day, like, the formats are not even real. It's real within the context of people that enjoy classic Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's not like the advanced game that most people play. So I'm just like, why are y'all so sweaty, rule sharking, cheating? Like, at most of these tournaments, there's almost no prize. So, like, what are y'all doing? Like, you're cheating to win, like, a cloth playmat. Like, it is crazy. And it is crazy. It's crazier to me that there are people that are out here that are banned from Yu-Gi-Oh, from retro events, from playing retro Yu-Gi-Oh. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Yeah. Like, you're playing Go format. Shit was 20 years ago. Right. If you're not good enough at it where you don't have to cheat, just give up.
Right. Go play Lord Connor or something.
Yeah, go literally do anything else.
I'm glad. I'm so glad you brought this up, because like, and this is something I'm really curious about, and I want to get your input on this as well. Like, so in my time since playing Goat, like, well, I'll say like modernized Goat nowadays, like, is it just me, or is it like, there's a vast majority of the Goat community seem to be very toxic? And Goat community, if you're listening, you know, let me know if I'm wrong. Every time I have played a Goat match, my opponent is so toxic, or they like, the way that they talk to me makes them feel like they're so self entitled. They feel they deserve the win just because they clicked accept on the match. Like, I'm just like, yo, like, calm it down. Like, what is wrong here?
I can't really attest to that much because for the most part, I do not play online. I don't really enter online tournaments. I don't really test on Dueling Book that much, but I have seen that in some of the GOAT discords. Like, you can ask like a simple question and you kind of get like knocked onto the ground and then kicked around just for asking simple questions. I don't know. I really don't know why that is, but I've seen it happen to a lot of people, and I'm just like, bro, like, it's never that deep. I see that happen with Edison too. People will be like new to the format, and then someone will ask a question. Like, it hasn't been long. Somebody asked in the Lightsworn channel, like, what were the best builds, and people listed them off like K-Sworn, Pure, Twilight. Somebody's like, what's K-Sworn? And then people were just like making fun of this person. And I'm like, bro, they literally said they just started playing. Like, I hate internet culture in that regard.
Yeah, same. It's just like, just relax. It's like, it's not that deep where you feel like you need to just shit on somebody just for asking the question. And God forbid, don't ever post like a semi wrong like deck list of something in another Discord channel. Jesus Christ, they will jump on you for that. Like, if you post like a Diva Hero zombie deck list in the Diva Hero server, they will get pissed. It's like, no, go take that elsewhere.
Yeah, people take stuff like that way too seriously. I'm like, okay, well, first off, like, we're playing a 15-year-old format. Y'all need to chill. And yeah, I don't know. It's just the internet, right? People can say anything. They can do anything. Everybody's the best player in the world while they're behind a keyboard. You can say anything they want. So for the most part, I'm not really active in Discords. I'm the most active in the I Am Nerd Discord channel than any of them. Outside of that, I'm kind of only active in the Lightsworn channel on the EdisonFormat.com server. That's about it. And sometimes, most of the time, if someone just says something stupid, I just ignore them. But every now and again, somebody just say something that just rubs me the wrong way a little bit. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
these hands rated E for everybody today. Like earlier, for example, somebody posted in Edison format, the Edison format group on Facebook. And let me pull up this post right here. And basically, they posted their Lightsworn deck list, and they were like, I need some advice. So I list out my advice, and I type it all out very clearly that I would, make some edits, add some different things. Well, within like 5 minutes, there's like 3 laugh reacts on my comment. And literally, I went back and I edited my comment, and I said, I'm not sure what's so funny with all of the clowns laugh reacting this, but if you want credible advice for Lightsworn decks, check out my channel, The Edison Club, on YouTube. And also check out Deck Profiles by Ryanide. He's topped basically every event he's gone to in the last year, and he's a really good player. So make sure you get advice from credible players and not just the armchair quarterbacks laugh reacting this post. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I don't know who you are. It's always these people. Like one guy looks like fucking Professor X. I'm like, y'all need to chill. Like, I will debate with people and we can have a discussion, but when people just like laugh react and then tuck and run, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, well, you're so mentally ill that you think it's funny or something. I don't understand that part of internet culture. Like, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. And the reason why they have to do that is because they can't prove me wrong, because they're probably the same people that are still out here like playing like ancient Lightsworn technology 2010 era Ultra Pro deck box. like y'all just need to get with the times, man. I understand. Like, but dang, like I'm not a know-it-all in many aspects of life, but I know Lightsworn.
Right. If there's 3 things that we know, is death, taxes, and you know how to play Lightsworn.
Yeah. I have dedicated way too much time into that deck, and I do not. The advice that I give is advice that I would take myself. So, yeah, the toxicity of people, and that comes with anything. Men are naturally competitive, and people just like to get on the internet and just shit on people. So, but that's my biggest con, and I try to make a habit of avoiding those people. I guess another, like an olive branch on that, is the people that kind of think they know everything about Yu-Gi-Oh, but in reality they kind of don't. I've been down this road before. I've been on many Yu-Gi-Oh teams in my life. I was on a team a few years ago with some players that kind of looked down on me, talked down on me, and looking back on it, I was like, bro, like, what? Who the fuck were they to try to look down on me? Like, the supposed best players didn't even have their invites to nationals. Like, bars on the floor level thing. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's something, that's a con as well. But thankfully, with who I am now, I just get to look back and laugh on it. But we're over the hour mark here, so I guess we need to start wrapping this thing up. Do you have any closing remarks before we get out of here?
Not really, like really closing remarks this time. I as always, I just love coming on here and being able to rant, tell stories from the past. Give our insights, our insights on things. Because maybe like our insights on things are able to help out the next person. If we're able to help out at least one person with any of our stories of how we trauma or stressful situations, if we've just helped out one person, that I feel like we've done our job.
Yep, I definitely agree. Okay, guys. Well, I guess that's about all we have for this episode. We do accept listener letters and fan mail. It's the EdisonClubFanmail at gmail.com. We really enjoy reading those out on the show. And like I mentioned in the earlier part of this episode, if you have any suggestions for topics that you would like to hear us discuss on the show, drop those in the comment section down below, and we'll take those into serious consideration. So that's all we have for this one, guys. This is Mike and Ty from the Edison Club signing out until the next one.
Hamster Ryko Caius, Hamster Ryko Caius. I go check the pairings, I'm like, don't know who this guy is. Hamster Ryko Caius, Hamster Ryko Caius. 2-0 every round, man, and I ain't even trying. It's just Hamster Ryko Caius, Hamster Ryko Caius, Hamster Ryko Caius.